Good evening, Cleveland sports fans. This is Jen, and you are now tuned in live to the show of the land right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for everything sports. Tonight, we're going to talk Guardians, trade deadline, and what's happening. Browns offseason moves, training camp, and Cavs Summer League and offseason moves. So the Guardians have made a couple of trades over the last couple of days. Ahmed Rosario to the Dodgers for Noah Syndergaard. Syndergaard got his first start with the Guardians yesterday and pitched fairly well until he was hit by a ground ball back at the pitcher, and they took him out of the game. And then the game was all downhill from there. And then yesterday they traded Aaron Savali to the Tampa Bay Rays for Kyle Manzardo, a first base prospect who is currently on the IL. So that was an interesting move. Savali has been our best pitcher for the last month or two, so it was sad to see him go. And then we had some issues with the bullpen of late. Seems since they came back from the All-Star break, there has been everybody's been a little off. I don't know what's going on there. I hope they get it straightened out. We've had a couple of games where we were up when the bullpen came in and ended up losing. Yesterday was one of them. Bullpen came in and gave up 6 runs, and the offense couldn't come back and get any of those back. So hope that they get that straightened out. And then with our starting pitchers, we have Noah Syndergaard and a bunch of rookies. So hopefully in the next couple of months we'll get back Bieber and Tristan and have a little better rotation there. Just finished a series with the White Sox where we went 2-2. Could have been better, but it was, at least they got 2. They were getting close to getting back into first place. But then yesterday, the loss to the Astros, and not looking so good anymore. So we'll see how today goes. Gavin Williams gets to start tonight, and hopefully he will do better than he has his last couple of outings, and he'll make it at least to the 5th inning. That wraps it up for all things Guardians for today. We're going to take a short break, and I'm going to grab some water, and we'll be back to talk Browns on the show of the land with Jen B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for everything sports.
Damn! Green team! Set! Hey!
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Colin Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it. college football? And do you want to hear a college football show dedicated to all that is college football, including junior college in the CCCAA and in the NJCAA, the NAIA, and the NCAA, including Division III, Division II, Division I AA in the FCS, and Division I Single A in the FBS? Well then look no further. Join myself, Larry B., and my colleagues, Mr. H-Town Blake Henley, and Mr. Christian Espinoza each week during the college football season for the latest in college football on 3 and Out College Edition right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
You're back with Gen B on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for everything sports. Now let's talk some Browns. We had quite a few offseason moves this season. The biggest ones, of course, being a new defensive coordinator and Jim Schwartz, and a new special teams coordinator and assistant head coach, Bubba Ventrone. We added Dalvin Tomlinson, Zadarius Smith, Elijah Moore, Juan Thornhill, Rodney McLeod, among others. As of now, it looks like the defense has been significantly improved. The wide receiver room has gotten much, much better. And now we're into training camp, and from all reports, it sounds like Deshaun Watson is getting back to his form that everyone is used to from when he played in Houston. He's been making some amazing throws to all of the wide receivers and the tight ends. The defense is starting to get some work in now that they're back in pads. They just got back to Berea and had their first training camp in Berea today. They started training camp out in West Virginia to shut out some of the noise and do some team building. And from all accounts, it went pretty well. We have the Hall of Fame game coming up on Thursday, and Kevin Stefanski just announced today that Kellen Mond will get the start, and DTR will play the second half of the game. So it will be interesting to see some of the third and fourth string players and see how they're coming along and who may or may not make the team. We most likely won't see any starters, if at all. But it will be nice to see some of the backups and see how they're progressing and how things are coming together. So we have an idea what we have in store for us if anyone gets hurt. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have Joe Thomas being enshrined into the Hall of Fame. Looking forward to watching that. I'm so excited for him. One of the only players in the Browns modern era in the 2000s to have played his entire career for the Browns. And he played it at an exceptional level and is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame because of it. So things are looking up. I think we have some things to look forward to this season, and we'll see how things continue. And that will be all for Browns tonight. I'm going to take another short break, and then we'll be back to talk Cavs on the Show of the Land with Gen B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your man Bishop, the voice of This Is KC Sports, the show where we go over the Chiefs, the Royals, KC Current, Sporting KC, MU, and oh yeah, if we got time, we'll even throw in some of that KU stuff from our people on the 913 South. Come and hang out with us every Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you looking for a sports show that maybe isn't 100% about sports?
Then you might want to check out the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Most sports shows cover only scores and stats, and while we're not opposed to that, we dig a little deeper into sports issues and some of the hottest topics in athletics.
In addition to sports, we take a journey through my neck of the woods, pop culture, with movie reviews of both sports and non-sports films.
Speaking of pop culture, make sure to participate in our game nights, where we quiz each other on our specialties, and you, the listeners, can win IE Sports Radio apparel.
We always have a great time learning more about each other's worlds, one show at a time.
So join us each week on the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
You're back with Jen B on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Now let's talk some Cavs. So the Cavs just finished up the Summer League not too long ago, and they went undefeated. Not too shabby. Had some players get recognized. Isaiah Mobley won the MVP of the Summer League Championship. Sam Merrill made the All-Summer League first team, and Amani Bates made the All-Summer League second team. So it looks like we've got some good young talent coming up. Then in the offseason, we signed Max Strus and George Niang and Ty Jerome, and re-signed Karis LeVert. So we've got some guys coming back. We lost some guys, Lamar Stevens and Chetty Osman, but we've still got Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro. So really looking forward to this season. They did really, really well last season for as young as they are. Little disappointed in their show out in the playoffs, but at least they made it. That is something that most Cleveland teams can't say. So things are looking up for the Cavs again. It's been a while. So we'll see how things turn out. There have been some rumors about Donovan Mitchell possibly being traded. Hopefully that doesn't happen. He had one of his best seasons of his career with the Cavs this year. Looking forward to seeing Evan Mobley's growth. He improved significantly this last season. And hopefully Darius and Donovan can get in sync a little bit more so than they did last year. And we can win some more games and get back to the playoffs and hopefully win a series or two in the playoffs. Maybe even make it back to the finals. That would be amazing. So we'll see how things go there, and I'm sure there will be more updates in the coming months with the Cavs as they get into the preseason. But for now, that's about it with the Cavs. Not much happening right now. They're in the off season doing their own things. So, hey Davidson, thanks for joining. Looking forward to seeing Amani Bates as well. I'm not sure how much playing time he's going to get on with the Cavs. He signed a two-way contract, so he will most likely be playing a lot with the Charge. But I'm sure he'll get a little bit of time like Sam Merrill and Isaiah Mobley did last season. I agree, Davidson. Evan Mobley needs to take another leap for the Cavs to be championship contenders. He took a leap last season, but another one would be great. He needs to work on his three-point shooting and get a little bit better with his passing and things like that. But he was showing much improvement last season, so we hope that will continue and he will just continue to get stronger and better. And then we've added a couple of offensive or players to help out with the fifth spot on the team, Max Strauss and George Niang. So they will probably most likely get some playing time instead of Isaac Okoro. We'll see how that works out and who ends up getting that starting spot. It may be like last season where it changes every couple of weeks, but we'll see what happens there. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you for listening to the Show of the Land with Jen B. Have a great night, Cleveland. Next up, the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Bax here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Bye.